All right. So if you're joining this video, you probably want to just jump ahead. The beginnings of these live videos are always just people coming onto the Zoom, us talking about the game we're going to play. And then we jump in and all get into the game. And if you jump ahead, you'll see, once this is recorded, you can watch me produce if you want to, if it helps. I use Ableton Live. My name is Zion. If you're interested in joining this, what we're doing, jump onto you'reonthehook.com. And these are games for music production games that just make making music fun. And if that interests you, then you want to join us. You will love it because it's fun. So, yeah. Sorry for the long intro. It's just I'm a little early. Okay. If you are watching this on YouTube, there's a chat window. You can actually go in and chat and ask questions or say hi. And that's always fun to do too. So would love to say hi to you. All right, let's see if anybody's going to get on today. Oh. Uh-oh. Shoot, I think there's an issue with the website. Shoot. Did I screw up the website? And that's why no one's in here. They can't access it. Oh, what is going on here? Oh, shoot. File member. I think I know what happened. Hey.
Hey, sir.
Hey, yep. Thank you for the heads up. I've screwed something up. Trial member. Hold on just a second. I'm going to try to.
No problem.
Can you send a message to Greg? I bet he's having the same issue.
Yes.
Crap, I can't believe I did this. Hey, Julie.
Hey,
Yeah, I messed something up.
okay. I signed in earlier, like I don't know, earlier in the week. I was going to do the African thing. I'm like, oh, they're all gone. You must be working on things.
Trying to fix it right now. Expired. Okay. Let me see what I did wrong here.
Is this always the same Zoom link? Is it different by game?
It's different every week. It creates a new one for me automatically. Which part were you not seeing?
Me?
Yeah, when you logged in, what part didn't work?
Yeah, I could see the game's heading, but the game's page was blank. Like it still had all my old submissions. It here I actually took some screenshots. Let me see if I can.
So you couldn't see the games?
No, you just see the header that says game, and that's it. It's all blank up under it.
Let's see. I probably can't put pictures in the chat, but
I think you can.
can I? Okay, I'll try.
Actually, or if somebody wants to just share their screen.
Okay.
I'll make co-host.
Let me
You
get
guys can just share your screen with me. I'd love to see what you're seeing. It would help me.
This thing. Hold on a second.
How did this happen?
Wow, it's been a long time since I shared screen. See if I remember what to do. Okay, so this is what I see. This is just
that's what I see.
so it says games, but there's nothing here.
Really?
Yeah. And then when I look at like my profile or whatever, my profile, let's see. Oh, hey, it's the same thing. I just have to scroll down. Sorry. It shows this. I don't know if that means anything, but I was like,
yeah, mine said the same thing. It says trial member.
I clicked it and nothing happened.
Right.
But everything else, like the my uploads comes up, the about page, the frequently.
Right. All that works.
Yeah. So there, that's what's going on.
Okay. Greg's having problems too, and Bev is too.
Yep.
Fun.
I sent him that email with the link on it to get on.
So, okay, let me. I can do this. I can do.
Hey, there's Greg.
Hey, Greg.
Hey.
Trying to fix this. It's all messed up.
Yeah, and that's okay. Sorry to double up. And Rob had already emailed me about a second before I messaged you, and I didn't see it right away. So.
No problem. Trial member total access member. Expired.
There's Bev. Bev.
Bev.
Hi.
Bev, sorry about all the
Whoops.
problems. Oh. Oh, I think I might know what it is. Hold on. Talk amongst yourselves.
Oh, how you doing?
Oh, today's my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
For birthdays,
Yes.
isn't it?
Yeah. 29.
Me too. Like the what 15th year? I don't math. Not mentally anyway.
I know. Is that your kitchen, Julie?
No, this is a Zoom background.
Oh, I was going to say, wow.
Wow, really?
It's like a restaurant. It's gorgeous background.
It's the most tricked out 78 split level in the neighborhood.
Jeez. Good.
Funny.
It'd be nice if we all could stay at 29.
Wouldn't that be nice, Robert? Oh, my.
I would choose like maybe 40, 3:44. I was dumb when I was 29. I don't
Well, I was
want
going to say, if you knew then what we know now, and then
Yes.
switched to 29, right?
Yes.
if all other things stayed the same. Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
I think there was a movie though that showed me that wouldn't work out quite that way.
Oh, the one where what?
Back to any changes. No, I'm sorry. If I don't age, it would mess with something in the time-space
Of
continuum.
course. Did you guys see the Golden Globes?
No.
I
What
had
happened?
to watch it. Yeah, it was good. It was good. Yeah. Some who won for best now I'm trying to think of the music. I think it was that new movie, which I'm definitely gonna go see. RRR. It's an Asian movie. No, it's an Asian movie. It's from India, actually. And they won that. They won a couple of other awards too. It looks really good. It's set back in, I think, early 1900s where they're fighting colonialism or something. And the song is fantastic. Really, really upbeat,
RRR. Okay.
Yeah, RRR, yeah.
So, but not about pirates.
It's not about what?
Pirates.
Pirates. Don't
Yeah.
mind me. I taught elementary kids for like 10 years.
Right. I'm going to actually send that link I invited 3 people today, and I'm just going to, you guys know Charles White? You know Charles. Julie
No.
knows. He's in Sam's class. Anyway, I'm going to just contact him. I think I gave him, just in case he's having trouble, just a second now. I'm going to go back.
Wouldn't that be something the day that the site's not working and we get like 50 people in here?
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah. That's
check
what I
it
was thinking.
now. Can you check the website and see if it's
Oh, okay.
It's up now.
Cool.
can you get
Yeah.
into it?
Let's see.
Everything works?
Hey, wait, squares. Filling in with pictures. Woohoo. Yes.
Yep.
The
They're there.
sample links work and everything. Yep, looks good.
Okay, awesome. Phew. The reason what happened is I started in my database, I started labeling people that are triple threat students as their own role, and I forgot to update it to the website because I'm going to be monetizing soon for this. It's going to be very cheap, but anybody that's a triple threat student automatically gets it, of course, for free. So
Always liked you, Zion.
I know.
So I'm in the process of getting that worked out, and I just totally messed up on how the site sees people. So nothing's gone. Nobody's information's gone. It's just a role that
That was my suspicion. And it was something like that. It seemed that was going to happen.
All right.
All right.
Well, let's get into it. Or should we
Send
wait?
me the triple threat info.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Or if you want, you could just do so this is going to be $17 a month for membership on this for On the Hook. My triple threat class is $57 a month. So if you just want to do On the Hook, it's a lot cheaper. But I haven't implemented that yet. So it'll be a few weeks before any of this implements.
Gotcha.
So you're good for now, Robert.
That's a good price sign.
I think so. I want
Yeah.
it to be something that a lot of people can get
Yeah,
into
yeah.
and just have fun.
Yeah.
It's not, but it's gotta, if it doesn't pay anything, I won't be able to sustain it. And I want to be able to sustain this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be a lot of work. Plus it's
Yeah. We're doing a lot of work.
hour and a half,
Yes.
2 hours when we're here, and then all the setup and
Yeah. Bev, do you want us to wait for your friends or?
Oh, no, I don't know. I literally, he's got the Zoom link now. His name
Okay.
is Charles White. And so we'll see what happens. He didn't get back to me yet. So no, he didn't. So we'll have to start, I guess.
Okay, no problem. Who was Silly, the girl that joined us?
Oh, yeah, she was French or something. Yeah.
Is
I
she-
don't know her at all.
Oh,
It wasn't my invitation. No, I
I
don't know
thought it
her.
was one of your friends or Julie's. Okay.
Oh.
Interesting. All right. So today's game. Hi, guys.
Hi.
What a crazy. Thanks for your patience.
Well,
What we're going to do today is produce a track around the drone sound effect. So this is just the sound of somebody playing with one of those drones. Incorporate the robot delay, any genre, any BPM. This is pretty open-ended because you're not really constrained much here. You can use part of it or the whole thing. You could use it as like a white noise, like a sweep. You could use it for that. You could use it for, you could sample it and make a synth out of it if you wanted. Then the other thing is this. Long tail to it. And that's it. So it's very easy. Pretty open-ended. Yeah. We'll see you guys at the top of the hour.
Okay,
Go forth.
Alrighty.
You're on the hook. Good luck.
Alrighty.
All right.
thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys. All right. Anybody watching this far? I'm going to jump over to my DAW. Oh, that was stressful. Trying to get that fixed. All right. So this is going to be kind of fun. It's very open-ended. And I'm feeling something. I'm kind of feeling like this would be cool to have sort of a really interesting groove, something kind of weird, kind of complex. I think the first thing I'm going to do is look at splice samples and look for a groove that might be a little more interesting. And so I'm pulling up Splice. For those who don't know what Splice is, it's just a service where you pay a subscription service and you can use any of the samples from that. If you are going to ever sell your music or use your stuff for film or TV, like for sync, I strongly suggest not using splice samples because other people will use splice samples and inevitably there'll be an AI somewhere that'll say, hey, this song sounds like this song. And then you've got to deal with copyright infringement issues. And I don't want you to have to deal with that. So let's look at a beat. I'm going to look at drums and loops and oh, that's cool. Oh man, these are cool. I'm just going to grab the first one. It's so cool. It says 140 BPM. So I'm going to set my DAW to 70 and we're going to add this in. And this is we can always change the BPM if we need to, but this is a good place to start. All righty. So this is what we're going to do. I like to cut that there. We're going to use this and just kind of chop this thing up. Love it already. We're going to loop it. So relay, I'm going to use relay to widen it a little bit. Maybe each of these. All right, that's cool. And I'm going to get let's have a cool bass line. Let's try to grab a cool bass line here. Bass line, 2 words. Bass synth. Wow, that's loud. All right, so we're going to turn all these things down significantly. Okay. And oh man, we've got line guys here. Okay. Okay. Let's look for a different type of music, like a genre that's more. What about funk? I like that. All right. Oh, Oh, this is 124 is 62. I want to use a EQ to bring out some resonance here. So I'm going to turn down, we're going to grab this. Yeah, let's do that. So I got this frequency. Let's do a guitar. Actually, let's do brazen here. How about dun bum bum? Mm-mm. Do one that's a little bigger. No. Skip. So I want a sub drop on this. let's reverse this and see what we can do with this. All right, before I start mixing stuff, let's grab. I love that button in Ableton. Captures anything, any doodles you've been making. All right. What up? What up? What up?
Hello.
I gotta upload mine. I'm almost trying to think of what do I say for the comments. You don't really have to say anything, I guess.
This just makes it more clear to me how bad I would be at like those chopped shows. Like, well, first of all, cooking's not, I'm not one of these people who's like, I can taste the nutmeg and the whatever. No, but the time constraint, dude. Here's some seed and a popsicle. Make an entree.
And
Yeah.
today we had even less time. Thanks to me. That was all intended. Just to see how far I could push you.
I thought I heard maniacal laughter right as I logged off the last call, but you know.
Yeah. All right. Where's everybody?
I don't know. I was so in a hurry. Like the last 5 minutes, I had one more idea. I'm like, no, I better bounce the thing again. And then I logged, it was like 1:57. I'm like, wait, I had 3 minutes. This is unacceptable.
I actually did. I also had that one idea at 5 minutes to the hour and went ahead and did it. So
Yeah.
And after uploading, I was just checking the MP3 here to make sure it actually rendered right because I didn't have a chance to listen before.
Oh. Yeah, okay. Well, let's do it. we may not have the other people here. All right, Julie, since you're so eager to get going, let's start with you. That was great.
I just didn't, there has to be more things, but the scream was very, it was nice. I liked it.
I like that. I want to hear it again. Oh, that was awesome. Loved it.
Oh yeah, that's gonna have to happen.
I like the little bass line. Did you find a loop for that, or did you play
No,
it?
I played that in. That's the thing that I learned most was I was like, I wanted that pattern with the long note, short note, but it was too fast. So I played it straight and then quantized it, and it went in, and every other note lengthened it so that it sounded like I'm a bass player and I'm not.
It's really good. Good job. Love it. What'd you learn?
That's how to make a bass line groove, even if you're, an old white chick doesn't play bass.
Old white chick.
Well, and this, anytime I'm doing something like that in the box too, it's a lot easier to play that kind of that short, long pattern on an actual stringed instrument than it is on a keyboard. So
Yeah.
I do the same thing you do. Anytime I'm doing one of those with something MIDI, it's sketch it in and then just go set the lengths, because you're never actually going to get those release timings exactly right on a keyboard. I mean, unless you're a hell of a lot better than I am.
Yeah. Well, cool. Thanks. That's comforting.
Yeah, that's great. Well, cool. All right, Greg, you're up. Let's refresh, see if there's other people. Looks like Robert and Bev might be here now. Yep. All right.
I'm here. Yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Damn. That kick is hard hitting. I love it.
Yeah.
It was right in your face. Was that from Kick software?
Yeah, that's I was putting that in the chat there. It's just a preset in Bitwig. It's my go-to. It's called Kick
Oh.
Me, and it's like I don't know. It's just got that. Even when I'm doing more natural sounding drums, a lot of times I'll have that layered under because it's just got that smack to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that peaking at? Do you know about what that EQ is? The big, what's that slappy?
The
Well,
transient.
let's see. Yeah,
Thank
it's
you for what I-
probably not hitting very hard. I'd have to look. I don't have any extra compression on that. So just looking at where it was hitting in ozone, I'm going to mute for a second and take a quick look. Actually,
You need to get one of those clapping sound effects after we play ours and then hear this audience clapping. Zion.
We
that's
can all
on
have a
its own
button.
track. It's peaking
Yeah.
at about -12.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant the EQ bell. Where's the?
Oh,
what's-
I see. Yeah. let me
It's
see
just
if-
wondering what the frequencies are
Yeah.
giving it
That
that
is-
slap.
Yeah, that is hitting.
Yeah.
Because it hurts.
It's
All
got
right.
kind of an interesting thing going on with its curve. So it hits at about 250, and then the roll off rolls down to about 80. So you'll actually see the peak shift downward,
Oh,
which is something you wouldn't really see much with a natural kick, I wouldn't think. It's since it's this is like an 808 style synth kick, so it's
Around
actually
two-
doing
around
that
250,
pitch
okay.
drop off thing.
It's awesome. Well done. Very cool, man.
yes.
Thanks.
A lot of really cool sounds in there too. Love how driving it was. Awesome. Bev, let's listen to yours. Wow. That
Wow.
that beginning is so cool. That da 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 da.
Oh,
da,
thank you.
da,
Super
da.
catchy.
Yeah, it's so
It
catchy.
is.
And then with those drums coming in, those little hand drums, it was really
Yeah, yeah.
That-
Yeah, I love this
Cool.
class. Thanks, Zion. It's just so good to fool around with your dog in
Yeah.
quickly. Quickly. Okay, you got to do something. Really good.
that was fantastic. It was very impressive, Bev.
Oh, thank you.
Really impressive.
Cool,
Really
cool,
appreciate
cool.
that. Thank you.
Yes.
Very
yes.
catchy. Cool. What'd you learn? Oh, how to bounce MP3s, huh?
And no, that was, for sure. That was nice and quick now. And so much more about my dog. Like, I just love what we all do, getting in there, right?
Yes.
New
Awesome.
sounds. Yeah.
Yes, you're making music, man. Cool. All right, Robert, you're up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. I think it's my favorite thing that you've done, Robert. That was
Thank you.
so cool. And it was tight. You're bringing things tighter together.
I'm trying.
Yeah. And it's
Thank you.
working, man. It's working for you, and it's just sounding better and better. Some really great ideas. Where'd you get the drum groove?
RMX, Spectrasonics RMX.
I love
Yeah.
RMX. I haven't used it in forever.
It's got a lot of nice stuff in it. I usually take something and then I, break it apart and rearrange it to how I want it and some certain things. So,
That was really cool. I like the keys at the end there. And
cool.
did you put that sample in some kind of sampler and you just hit keys, or how did you do that?
No, I actually thought about doing that. When we were doing the initial, when you were telling us about it in the beginning and I heard it, I'm like, ooh, maybe I can do this, I can do that. But then I started thinking like, then I got to worry about trying to figure this out and do this, and it's going to take too much time. So what I did, I just went in and just spliced and moved
Okay.
everything to where I felt it should be and just did it that way, physically.
Okay. It's really good, man.
Yeah.
Anybody else on that one? That was great.
It was really cool.
I liked how at the end it went nuts a little bit. I was like, everybody's grooving, and now they're having the dance off. That was like when the people were soloing for the big prize at the end.
Cool, cool.
Yeah, that was awesome. All right. Anybody else? Let's do a refresh here. Sometimes people sneak in at the last minute. Nope, just us today. Okay. Your job this week, guys, is to go out and find somebody new. Let's get more people in here.
Saying we haven't heard yours yet.
Oh. Kind of weird. A little all over the place.
Your volume just gets me every time. You just got a really nice volume to everything.
Really?
To me, it just, if I can just get my stuff up to that volume without distortion.
Oh, I think I'm in the habit of quickly EQing as I go. I'm kind of mixing as I go really quickly. To an extent, very, very minimally, but I'm always very concerned about the low end, because when I throw that ozone in on the very end, just throw that on the master bus. If it's competing with a lot of low end or really harsh frequencies, it doesn't sound very good. It'll
Gotcha.
start a lot of distortion. So I think it's more important to think really about the production than it is the mix, but it is important to mix as you go. Also, I was actually watching some other people's YouTube videos this week, other producers, and one of the guys that I really admire kind of reaffirmed that and said one of the best things he ever learned to do is mix as he goes.
As you go. Okay.
So by the time you're done, you're just having to tweak a few things, and then you're good to go. Well, even if you use a mixing engineer, but it not only makes it easier to mix, but it makes it easier it'll give you ideas. If the drums and the bass and stuff start working together right away, you'll be inspired more as you go. You're not thinking, well, I'll fix that later. You're thinking, no, that's really good. There might be a kind of little things here and there, but yeah. And then if you're using something like ozone or a limiter on your bus, you should always have some kind of limiter on your bus. In my opinion, anytime you export, so that you're not killing people's ears or anything with anything. But I just love throwing ozone on there at the end and just letting it do its thing. I just let it hear. I just play it right at the most intense part, let it hear it, and then let it calculate it. And I rarely ever have to fix anything and then just export it. So yeah,
Cool.
but your mixes are sounding pretty good. There's nothing that I'm crying about at all. When I hear it, I'm like, I'm not even thinking about the mix. I'm thinking about the parts. I'm thinking about the production. So
I like your volume though. Yours just seem louder than mine.
Oh, really? Well, that's ozone doing that.
Yeah, that's just putting a maximizer and or limiter on the end product. So yeah, if the only thing we have to change for yours to sound as good as Zion's is to adjust the volume knob, then you're doing it exactly right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But ozone will give you a lot of volume if the tonal balance is really well put together. Like last week, I had problems with this because there's some frequency in my mix. I don't know where it was. I never went back to look at it, but when ozone tried to master it, it was kind of quieter than I was even mixing at. It meant something was off. It should be a lot louder after it masters it.
Did you figure out what it was? Like a certain frequency
I didn't
or
go
like too
back
much
and look,
bass?
but
Okay.
I can already tell you it's probably in the low end. It's probably usually the low end either hides like you can't hear it because your speakers aren't low enough, or you're just feeling it, or you're mixing. If you mix at a loud volume, you actually have a very bad objectivity about where the tonal balance is.
Mhm.
If you mix at a low volume, you will tend to mix a lot better.
That
So
brings up a question. I actually was watching some videos also, and this one person was saying that every instrument that's not bass, he EQs it to take the bass out.
yes,
It attenuates it, but everything that's on the bass end, he'll kind of high, trim it. So, but then someone else said, you don't need to do that unless it's causing a problem. Then I'm like,
yeah, my opinion on this is almost every sample you use has some low end that you probably don't need unless you really love some of those bass frequencies in that. But like if you get a shaker, if you get a vocal, if you get
right.
a guitar, there's often a lot of frequencies that'll just mud up your mix.
Mhm.
And I actually use a template in Ableton, and almost always I'll have an EQ ready to go on every track that's already rolled off. So when I drop things in, I'm just rolling off the low. Now, when I'm saying rolling off, I'm talking rolling off like right away, 80 hertz and under.
Okay.
Unless you're a sub frequency, and unless you're a kick drum or bass or a real low guitar or brass, you probably don't need those frequencies at all.
Interesting.
Make
Okay.
it that sound thinner, but when you put it in the mix, it works better. Greg, you were going to say something. Jump in.
Yeah, no, I was basically going to say the same stuff. Yeah, that like the risk being the reason some people say don't just do that on every track is because you don't want to get in the habit of cutting off all the low end and then, accidentally wrecking something where you want some of that in. But yeah, if you're rolling off at like 80 and below, I was going to say the same things I'm saying. There's nothing that you want down there on a shaker or a vocal or a
Right. Okay.
guitar. It's just mud.
Mm-hmm. And it makes
Cool.
it harder for your kick drum and bass to really shine if they're competing with a rumble from some weird track. And so yeah, as kind of a rule of thumb, I usually just EQ those things out. My yard guy's here, is right outside the door. I've got to get him to come a different day. This is the only day that he comes. I was like, he's right outside my window. Julie says an instructor suggested 80 dB for mixing most of the time. Yeah, 80 is usually the good kind of the roll off for that's usually also where they crossfade your speakers in the subwoofer. Like if you're using a subwoofer, it's usually around 80 hertz where the sub starts to come in and take those frequencies over.
One thing I noticed
Go ahead.
for those low frequencies that you can't really hear but are there is then every time you'd put effects on it, you're also
affecting those low.
on those
Yeah.
effects, which I was like, oh.
Yeah, and also you want to also roll off sometimes if you inject effects into your stuff, like on an auxiliary track, it'll sometimes sparkle other frequencies that might be in that low end that you might need to roll off that in the effects auxiliary track as well. Just something to listen for. But yeah, that stuff is often really hurts your mix, makes it muddier, and it makes it really hard to master if you have a lot of mud down there. You want mastering to be a really easy process. It's all, it's the kind of lipstick on a pig analogy. If your mix is not very good, you can only master it so good. You can't fix, it's polishing a turd, I guess.
Yeah.
And
I kind of want to get that down, that mixing part and that tone. I'm going to put that on my session on each track, make something like that where I have that 80 and down on certain things, because I actually don't do that. So I think that would be a good idea.
I think that would be a great place to start. Yeah. Of course, if you want some boom, you got to have that. You don't want to put the EQ on.
Right.
Lose it. And there are times with vocals where I will really open up the low end on a vocal to catch some of those rich, darker frequencies, especially on guys' voices, because you can catch some, not probably under 80 hertz, but you can catch some lower frequencies. And that's really, it's really cool, you know.
Cool.
I was going to say something else. Oh, I also do a lot. I often side chain my bass to the kick drum. So anytime the kick hits, the bass ducks.
Right.
And if you just get in the habit of just doing that all the time, it just makes it easier. You're not thinking about it. It's a little tricky the first time you do it. There's different ways to do it. I just drop a compressor on your bass and then side chain it to your drums or your kick drum. And so every time it hits, your compressor fires and says, oh, and gets the bass out of the way. And you won't really notice when you're listening to a track, you don't really, unless you want that pumping effect, you often don't really notice that that's happening, but it just makes it cleaner.
Hmm. I have to do that too. Uh-oh, did Zion freeze up?
Did he?
Looks like he froze up there.
Yep. He did.
He's having some glitches today.
I was always waiting for him. Bev, just so I'm not leaving you hanging, I'm still working on the beat and whatnot for the instrumental cue. So,
Oh, awesome. No worries about that. Yeah, there you are. There's
okay.
mine. Thanks, Greg.
I'll send you something soon. Hopefully I haven't totally wrecked it.
Got to the 25th.
Yeah.
I was just lecturing away, and after a while, it's like everybody's so quiet.
You had reached the end of a sentence from our perspective, and it really seemed like you were just giving everybody a chance to absorb, you know?
Right. And it got quiet.
Exactly. You're muted, Julie.
Yeah, Julie, we didn't hear you.
Yeah, I just got the message about. So he had a great hand gesture. Like it was a pretty good freeze frame.
Right.
As far as freeze frame.
Luckily.
Oh man. Yeah, I was just talking about side chaining. It's good to side chain your bass against your kick drum. Getting fast at it, because this is the place to practice these things.
Yeah.
Yes.
Said that. I don't think about that unless it's a dance tune and I want that real obvious effect, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I do it in a way that it's because I don't really want it to be obvious. I just want it to be clean is all. So you can kind of go either way on that.
Okay.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for hanging with me. That was fun.
Yeah.
Good one.
And
Yes,
Ryan,
yes.
on another note, you guys don't have any rain in that part of California, do you?
I'm in Arizona, and
I know. Oh, Arizona. Yeah, but you're right next door because my brother and
yeah,
sister.
clear skies here, but I have friends in Southern California that are just getting,
Yeah.
pounded with rain. And I guess Northern California is where it's real bad.
It's northern. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
thanks for asking.
That's good.
Beverly, where are you again?
I'm in Nova Scotia, but my brother used to live in Arizona. They're heading out on the 16th to
Oh.
go for a couple of weeks, and then they're going to San Diego. So I was thinking, oh, I don't know if they're heading into the bad weather, but anyway,
Wow, yeah. Well,
We'll
you
see.
guys stay safe, and I hope to see you next week. Okay.
yes, thanks. I see you
Yeah.
guys.
Bye,
Bye.
guys. Yes, stay on the Zoom. I just wanted to show you guys this little portal. You probably got an email from me today, and I'm just making a little portal. It'll be growing, but let me share my screen with you.
Okay. I just happened to look at the message and saw where you said stay on. I'm like, oh, if I didn't see that, I would have just left. I'm glad I looked.
Probably be good to do this every week, just right afterwards, just a quick touch base in case.
Cool. Yes. All right.
Here, if you go into Airtable, you're going to see these are called bases. Or these are called tables. I'm sorry. A base is like a collection of tables. Anyway, you probably got invited to this. I know Greg accepted it, but when you get a chance, Robert, you're going to see one called Music Collaboration Portal. This is a lot like, it's a lot like Google Sheets or Excel. I mean, you can do all kinds of stuff, but what I want you to do is click interfaces up here. and then click this one here. And this is where you're going to work. Just when you put a song in, you can just drop it in, add notes, make sure you assign it to you. The status is the name. If you want to add a new one, just click this plus button. You can add anything in here. And this will just kind of keep us all on the same page together, that we can just see what's going on. It's just a little interface portal. Does that make sense?
Yeah, okay. You said you sent that to me? Because I haven't seen it. I probably just haven't checked my email.
Yeah, I invited you. You should see an Airtable invite from me. So just, you'll probably have to set up a little account by just putting your name and email in it, and you should have access.
Okay.
Just let me know if you have any questions and I can try to walk you through it.
Alrighty.
Cool. I'm
Cool.
looking forward to hearing what you guys have. Maybe Saturday or Sunday or something, whenever you want to upload something, just add it in here and we'll start connecting and moving forward.
So is there, you had initially asked for like two-ish tracks from each of us. Is there a maximum that you want us to be throwing in here?
My same question.
No,
Exactly.
no,
Thanks,
not
Greg.
at all.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I didn't want to swamp you with it, but I've been going through older stuff, like little ideas that I'd started at one time or another, and kind of cherry picking the ones that might be appropriate for these projects. So
Okay.
Ooh, I didn't
not
think of
sure how many
doing
you
that.
actually have, but yeah, I haven't actually started any new ideas for this yet. I'm doing that later today.
Okay. Yeah, I'd say
Ah,
maximum 5 each. I will start getting overwhelmed if it's like, hey, go through, 100 of my old songs. I'd be like,
Right. Yeah. No, I had already pared the list down to, I think, 7 or 8 that were worth. I don't know if this is the same for you guys, but like half the time I'll have an idea and it seems like a good idea at the time. You go and listen to it later. It's like, no, there's really no substance there. Like it's not enough of an idea to be worth working with. If I were sitting at the, like it's yeah. So those I just scrap. But
yeah, I was going
Okay.
through some old stuff the other day and I was thinking, I used to think these were so good. And I save them and I'll do, and now I go back and go, oh, that was not very good. But you just get better,
Mhm. Well, and I think some of them too, it's like it seems like a good idea in the moment because it's part of some bigger concept
Yeah.
that isn't really all there. And so you pull this one little bit out and it's just like, no, that wasn't the important part.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
see, now you guys are making me second guess myself. Yeah. I've done one every day so far. And I mean, I just created one every day since we had our last Zoom.
Wow.
And I'm like, okay, wait a minute. I'm trying to go up to like 6 minutes, 7 minutes, as you said. So I'm not at a full 6 minutes. I may be being like maybe
Yeah,
2 or 3
Don't
minutes.
worry about that part yet.
Right. So I figure this is the meat part. And if I have to move and dissect and take this out, move it over here to extend it to make it longer, we could. But I was like, but this is like the main part.
Yeah.
So is that a good idea to do?
Yeah. And then when I'm going to listen through them, and if I find one that really, or maybe all of them, or maybe none of them, I don't know.
Okay.
I want to resonate with it and go, okay, this is good. This is really good. And let's expand on. I may say, this is awesome. Just keep going. I might give you a suggestion. I might say, hey, let's get Greg's opinion on it. I don't know.
Cool.
Greg, by the way, you're out of focus. It's driving me crazy.
I noticed that. Let me see it.
He is.
Yeah, I don't know why it does that.
There you go.
There we go.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Better. Yeah. It's like my eyes keep trying to focus, and it's I'm old, man. I got to protect my eyes.
I'm blurry in real life too. It's not the camera.
Cool. All right. So I've got to look for that Airtable and submit. Okay.
Yeah, it's just a way of adding your stuff, and you can put your information in there. And if we need more fields, if you guys are like, hey, in fact, I might add a BPM field, and just so we can kind of keep track of what each song is, we can just expand it. But I just want to give you something that you can submit, so we can start listening to the stuff.
All right. I'm going to look for it. If I don't see it, I'm going to email you. about the Airtable. So, all right.
Might want to check your junk mail because it didn't come directly from Zion. It came through like
Right.
Zion via Airtable. So it's from no reply at airtable.com. Might have gotten spammed.
Uh-oh. I hope I didn't delete it then. Okay. When did you send it?
This about an hour before our
Oh,
session.
okay. Well, it should still be there. I haven't deleted anything since yesterday. Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
All right, guys. Do you, yeah, I guess I'll send you guys a message when we get to a point of where we need to have another Zoom meeting.
Okay.
For now, let's just do this and do it right afterwards. After all.
Cool.
Hey,
That will work.
All right.
Great.
yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Welcome.
Talk to
All
you
right.
later.
Guys, have a good one.